barrel continues.
During the course of reporting this hour, one thing has become clear. The amazing truth about oil is that it can come from 32,000 feet underwater, get sent through thousands of miles of pipelines, turned into gasoline in multi-billion-dollar refineries, get shipped again around the country, and then put in your tank for about $2.50 a gallon. And that's what keeps us addicted, that we get it so cheaply while largely ignoring the hidden costs.
Oil's going to be with us for some time. I think we're going to keep finding expensive, clever ways of getting enough oil to keep us addicted. And that's why we really need to innovate in a different direction.
Innovation doesn't come cheap. The U.S. government and private investors are putting billions of dollars into research on new sources of energy, wind, clean coal, solar. But more than two-thirds of the oil in America is consumed here, on the road, and 98% of American cars still run on gasoline. And the search is on for an alternative to replace gasoline. Will it be biofuels like ethanol, or natural gas, or super batteries to power electric cars?
There's people betting on so many different technologies. So, what is the fuel of the future if we are so smart and so lucky to innovate our way out of this?
The answer is no single fuel is good enough, ubiquitous enough, cheap enough to be able to challenge gasoline by itself.
A ready supply of cheap gasoline was the foundation on which the American automobile industry was built. But the collapse of General Motors and Chrysler are perhaps a sign that our addiction to oil is beginning to take its toll.
The auto industry in the United States is in a lot of trouble. To what extent did $140-some a barrel contribute to the almost peril of the American automobile industry now?
They really suffered because people said, well, I'm not going to pay $4 in gas. I'm not going to go out and buy a vehicle that uses a lot of gas. Nobody wanted what they had anymore.
Still, the U.S. uses twice as much gasoline as India and China combined.
On business as usual, with no new public policies, no change in consumer behavior, we will remain addicted to oil.
You are the problem. You, America. You and I, Charlie. That you're the problem because you're using 25% of the oil with 4% of the population. You're not entitled to that.
That fact bears repeating. Americans use 25% of the world's oil, but are only 4% of the population. Something has got to give. Are Americans finally serious about conservation? Can we innovate our way to new sources for energy as plentiful as oil? Or will our addiction eventually do us in? Those are some of the most vital questions of our times. That's our broadcast for tonight. We thank you for joining us. I'm Charlie Gibson in Cushing, Oklahoma. And for all of us at ABC News, have a good night.
Late night has never looked this good.
Let's begin the countdown to HD, everyone. 3, 2, 1.
Tonight, Jimmy's got actor Tom Arnold. All new Jimmy Kimmel Live. Late night tonight on ABC.